Good job, VidMe. You know, it takes some dedication, some real dedication to get people with diametrically opposing viewpoints to yell at you at the same time. It's really pretty remarkable. It's a good sign of progress. It means you're doing something right. Now, initially, I was going to do a response a while ago to a video that was put up on VidMe, but I never got a chance to. Other things came up. I was busy. It was going to be in response to VidMe versus YouTube by Thulian Perspective. Well, imagine my surprise when I watched a video today by a different VidMeer. VidMeer? Is that what we call them? Called The VidMe Rant, YouTube's Biggest Competition by DJ Mule. That's with a 3 and not an E. And I will post links to each video in the description so you can go and watch them and see them in their full context. So I'm going to put these both together, and I'm going to talk about a couple of issues with the platform that I think probably should be addressed, or at least kind of have a cohesive idea of which direction the VidMe team wants to go on them. Now, this isn't going to be like my usual content, which is pretty much awful by default. You can tell from the mic quality we're not talking really high standards. But what I mean is not a lot of cutaways or jokes or inserts, just a raw response. You know, back in the day on YouTube, when it was actually still fun to use it, there was a feature that's no longer there, it's no longer available, but it was direct video responses. It would show up below the video, but above the comments. It was a video comment left directly for the creator of an upload. I'm just saying, you know, wink wink VidMe. It was a great feature. It's a great way to grow a platform and create a sense of interconnectivity between users when they can directly respond with a video so that the person that uploaded knows they have a response, that there's some mechanism for them to check that. It was really fun on YouTube, and it would be great to see something like that on VidMe. Just saying. With that out of the way, let's get to the bulk of what this video is about. I'm going to show you two different perspectives on the exact same issue, two different viewpoints. Each of these videos represents a different end of the spectrum, and then I want to talk about what I think would be the best way to address it. I'm going to start with DJ Mule. Now, he just put this video up just recently, and it talks about some of the issues he's having with the platform, namely with the trending and the content that's allowed on the site.
Oh, look at that. It's the already massively successful and has no need for other publication anywhere channel Did You Know Gaming. Now, what I'm noticing is a lot of big YouTubers are coming to VidMe, and that kind of makes sense because of the whole debacle with the ad thing. I kind of understand why people would do that, but here's the fucking thing, guys. These people are already massively successful. People already know about their videos. They already want to go and watch them. They already want to go and see them. There's no need to promote them on the top page.
Now, I want you to compare that to what Thulian Perspective said.
VidMe has a trending page. That would be a page showing the most popular videos, the most viewed videos, the most upvoted videos. And every single time I have made a video with a slightly politically incorrect content, VidMe removes my videos pretty immediately from the trending page. You have similar pages for each category of on the VidMe, and they do the same there. So if I make a brain food video, that would be a category that is a little bit politically incorrect, they remove it from the trending page as well as from the brain food trending page. VidMe has now also started to remove my other videos from the trending page, from the category pages. And even if I make a gaming video about Mifarog, where I explain how the 3D system works, they remove it immediately from the trending page.
So we have a smaller user who's saying that it seems like these big YouTubers who are coming into the site, their videos are getting featured and they're bumping off smaller people. And then we have one of those YouTubers who came over here with a bigger audience saying that VidMe is bumping down their videos and taking them off the featured page to promote smaller channels. So VidMe is getting yelled at from both sides on the same issue. Are they taking it down? Are they putting it up? How does that work exactly? Now, when I originally saw Thulian's video, he brings up a couple of points. He said it's not just that he got removed from the featured page. It's not just that it was the political commentary and videos that he was doing. It was other content that he put up. So I kind of went looking around to figure out, okay, what's going on? Because DJ Mule brings up a similar point.
How does this fucking top page even work? Is it to do with upvotes? Because this one's above this one. This has 246, this one has 199. This one's got 35, this one's got 147. So what the fuck is actually happening here?
It seems like people can't really figure out exactly what the algorithm or how this works. How does the trending page work? How does the hot topic work in relation to videos on this website? And what I found were multiple answers. There were Reddit posts talking about how this was an algorithm that had been implemented in response to an influx of large YouTubers doing political videos. And then I found an older post saying that it wasn't really an algorithm yet, but they were thinking about maybe implementing it. And then weirder still, I found comments from people who work for the website saying, no, it's not an algorithm, we're doing it by hand. So does that mean Thulian Perspective was telling the truth? Does that mean that DJ Mule is telling the truth? That there are VidMe staff that are going in and manipulating the hot page? Is it chosen by an algorithm? Is it the views? Is it the likes? Is it some metric to do with how fast these accumulate on a video? There seems to be some confusion about that. Now I'm going to try to sum up each of their videos. They're not short videos. I took out clips to try to get at the core of what they were talking about. Again, if you want to see the full context and the full rant that they're giving or the opinion they're giving, the links will be in the description. Essentially, you have a larger person that came to the platform and feels that their views were being suppressed and they were taken off the trending list because they were doing political commentary. On the other hand, you have a smaller user of this website who's saying, hey, the little guy needs a chance. You can't have all these big people coming in and handpick them and flood the top page and push us down. So how do you address that? Which side is right? However, before I even really address that issue, I just want to say a few things. I'm one of those YouTubers that came over here. I don't have a huge channel, but I've got a decent following on YouTube. I've only been here for a couple of weeks. I don't know the community that well. I don't know who the staff is or how the site itself works very well. But I have picked up on a few things. And, I've listened to both these videos and I've heard both their opinions. And I think there is maybe a happy middle ground, or there's a way to kind of work with all of this. Now, from my perspective, the reason I'm here isn't to do with ad revenue. I don't care about that. I don't play ads on my videos on YouTube. I just want a platform where I can upload my videos and be left in peace. That's it. Where if somebody wants to come watch them and comment on them, they can. That's all I want. I don't care about getting on a trending page. I don't care about being featured. None of that matters to me. Now, in Mule's video earlier on, he had talked about how there were issues with certain content being allowed on the site. Is it safe for work? It's adult-themed content, and that's a whole other conversation. But I will show you a couple things that I find curious, and maybe one way to address it. When you go into the settings page on your user account, you're given this, not safe for work search. Yes, show me results. No, don't show me results. However, there is no way that I can see. Now, maybe I'm missing this. Again, I'm very, very new. So it's very possible that I completely overlooked it. But I don't see any way when I'm uploading a video or when I'm editing it to tag it myself as not safe for work. Again, I'm not here to get featured or to trend. I just want a place where I can put my content. And a lot of my content is geared towards an older audience. And I have no problem with tagging it not safe for work if that feature was allowed to me. If you allowed me to tag it as not safe for work, almost all the videos that I do, I would tag that. And I don't see an issue with it. I don't want 12-year-olds watching my video because that's not the audience that I'm interested in. Those aren't the people that I want to talk to. Those aren't the people that are going to get my jokes. So I have no issue with tagging it not safe for work if there was a clear way of doing it. And again, maybe there is and I'm missing it, but I'm not seeing it. And I think if VidMe were to implement that option, a lot of us would probably use it and it would keep those videos off the front page because I get it. You want to grow a platform, you have to walk a very delicate tightrope. We want to bring in big people. We want to get people with audiences from other sites to come here and produce content. But some of that content might be risky. So what do? Do we put it on the front page to draw people in? Or do we put it behind some kind of a block so they have to join up first to be able to see it? I get it. There are a lot of things going on. There's a lot of ways to look at it. So that's kind of my perspective on it. That's what I look at the platform for. Just a place where I can put my videos. I'm not interested in being on the front page. I'm not interested in trending. I would be more than happy to put myself behind a not safe for work tag. And that brings me back around to the debate that's going on between these two. I think both are right, to be honest with you. If Thulian Perspective is correct, and his videos were being removed even though they were trending through whatever mechanism was in place, simply because they didn't like the content, and that was going on with other videos not even related to it, that's a terrible thing to do. Nobody wants that because you just make them mistrust you. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but if that did happen, it shouldn't have. Now, I haven't seen anybody complain of outright censorship where videos are just getting taken down carte blanche. I haven't seen that yet on this platform. Does it happen? Maybe, but I really don't know. And Mule's right in regards to the people that were there on the ground floor, the people that came here before the YouTubers came over because they're losing their money, the ones that actually used your platform because they really truly liked it, because they wanted that alternative, because they just were sick of YouTube and the other sites like it. Treating them well is important. They chose to be here. They've been here longer than I have. I've been here 2 weeks. A lot of these big YouTubers that have shown up have been here a month. But you've got people that have been here since you guys have been running. You have people that have been here because they had faith in your platform. And so I can understand them being upset with the notion that, hey, we're making videos and we're not getting to the top of the trending list. We're making videos and we're not showing up anywhere. And it makes it hard for us to compete. I get it. There's a balancing act that you need to implement. But I think if you work through some things, if you make your top pick selection by staff focused on those smaller channels, if you let the hot tag be community chosen through a fair and open metric, whether that's view count or ratings or comments or however you want to do it, and you let both of those sit side by side, I think it satisfies everybody. And that kind of seems like what you're going for. A long time ago, there was a website that I truly loved. I absolutely loved it with a passion, called Stage 6 by Divx. And it was an alternative to YouTube. It was actually fairly big. Now, it went under because the CEOs wanted to work some deal out with Hollywood to get their codec used in movies, and basically they shut down the site to appease all of these different studios. It was a terrible thing. It got closed down. But while it was up, it was just fantastic. It was a place to go that wasn't YouTube, that did things better than YouTube did it. And that's what attracted people by the millions to that website. It took a while to grow, but it did grow. They offered high definition videos. They offered no lengths on upload limits. They had the thumbs up, thumbs down. They had groups and discussion forums that users could create. A lot of really innovative features were found on that website well before YouTube ever even thought of doing them. And I've always missed that site. And it's my hope that VidMe kind of takes that up as a banner, as a great alternative to YouTube that does things better than Google does them, that listens to its community and implements features that are what the people on the site want to see. I get people are angry and I get people are yelling at you from both sides about the same exact issue, but there are happy middle grounds. There's a way to appease everybody through smart implementation of features on your website. Best of luck with it. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I've had people in the past say, Jim, why don't you start your own website? Why don't you do your own social media thing? For exactly this reason. It's always going to be a headache. I know people that run fairly large websites, and they get yelled at all the time from different groups of people, and it is a clusterfuck to deal with. So my sympathies on that. Just try not to censor people. Again, I don't know if Thulean was completely accurate about that. It's hard to kind of figure out what's going on because there's so many different people speaking about the issue. It'd be nice just to have a video. If you could just put a video up on your front page and say, this is how this works. This is the feature we're going to do. Not a blog post, not a secondhand Reddit account, but just right up on the front page. When users have to go digging for information, they're going to find the wrong information or they're going to be misinformed through somebody else. If you just do it directly through video on your video platform, clears up all the issues right away.